let's cut these open and see how they turn out. Look at all this blue, or like all that dark color in there. I think that's going to be really good when we cut this open. This thing is going to be a pain to cut, but this thing is also awesome. Awesome. Alright, so if you look at the side of this one, it definitely has some interesting formations, so I think we should cut this open and see what it looks like. Same with this. I bet you if we cut it open it'll look pretty cool. So this one definitely caught my attention. Here's a piece of it. Got a little bit of light going through it. I don't know, this looks like it would be pretty cool if it was polished up. I think we better polish it up. This one looks like it's got some pretty good potential. Got some blue right there. You can see it running all the way through. So I bet this is gonna be good. Got the nice crystal on top. I'm gonna take slices from this side. What I'm looking at right here is, if you look carefully, you can see like faint lines right here. So I'm hoping when I cut through it, we'll get that nice fortification on the outside, the banding, and then we'll have the crystal on the inside. It's just a little one, but I think this will cut up and produce some cool patterns. Okay, so let's talk about this for a second. I have cut open enough rocks in the area that I can tell you this thing is going to be awesome. And the signs that are giving it away to me are when I look right here, I see a little bit of color, and when I look right here, I see that it's translucent. This kind of rough shape on the outside is pretty common. And then this almost looks like some sort of metal that is mixed into it. And then when we look at the front, you can see like two distinct patterns. You have this crystal formation on top, and then on the bottom we have this huge segment here of what looks like chalcedony, but you can see there's impurities mixed in with it, and that little bit of red poking through, and the coloration here. So I'm convinced when we cut this open, it is going to look phenomenal. We're going to get a lot of different colors, obviously red, maybe some green, and other shades. And then hopefully the chalcedony will be everything from translucent to clear, or excuse me, translucent to like pearly blue, or, you know, if we get lucky, a more deep, rich blue color. Flip it over to this side, you can see it looks like it's running through. So let's cut this open and see what we get. This one's got a bunch of red in there, so let's cut it up and see how it looks. And check this out. It is really pretty, but unfortunately the stone is pretty beat up, so it keeps fracturing as I cut it. But look at this. This is beautiful. Alright, here's what we have right now. That is awesome looking. Alright, so first up we have this guy right here, and if you look when I turn it over, you can see the banding that's going on right there. And I think if we cut it down the middle, the long ways, it'll really expose that, and it'll look really pretty. This guy right here, if you look carefully, it almost looks like there are little reddish shoots running through, and that's what's giving its color. And then you can see something else is going on here, so I don't know. This one may or may not be interesting. We'll find out. And then this guy right here, if you look carefully, you can see these light rings around it. So if we cut it in the front, I bet you we'll get a really nice face on that one. Alright, this guy right here, you can see the little bit of blue and like kind of a twisting action going on in here. And then on the other side there is some quartz crystals, but again more of that blue. I think those impurities in there are going to make this look really interesting. And basically we have another variation of the same thing. So it's like something's running through this that's giving it that blue coloration. And if we look on the bottom, we can also see it almost looks like maybe a metal of some sort. You got some right there. Alright, so let's cut these open. Oh, excuse me. Don't want to forget this one. So this one's kind of like a wild card, I'd say. Given the shape and like the translucent, bits that are poking out, looks like this whole piece is chalcedony. So if we cut it open, we should get something. It might be just like a clear block and nothing very interesting, but it also might be something with a lot of fortifications, and so it could look really cool. I don't know. We'll have to. This one is like a wild card. We'll have to cut this open and find out. All right, we're gonna start with an easy one.
This one looks neat, but I don't think it will polish very well. The bug inside looks cool though. This is the one that from the outside you can see these faint lines, and I bet if we cut it open we'll get a good looking agate. Now that's what I'm talking about. Those faint rings that we're poking through, they really show up when you cut it open like this. So this one right here, I was hoping the entire bottom half would be like a solid block of banding, but it really didn't turn out the way I thought it was going to. Next up we got this guy right here, and the reason I chose it is because it's got some sort of interesting impurities going on the inside. Alright, so this is a pretty good one. About the only thing I could criticize it is I was hoping the impurities would be a little bit more dense on the inside. So this is the type of stone I'll take a few more slices and see if I get a cool picture. So again, if I look at the side of it right here, you can see the impurities kind of worming their way through it, and so it looks like if we take some more slices we might find something pretty neat. So this one is similar to the last. I picked it up because I could see these impurities running through it, and if you look right here you can see a little bit of a darker spot, and I'm hoping again, so when we cut it open we're looking for like a kind of a moss agate pattern on the inside. I'm not sure about this one. We might see some cool fortifications, or it might just be a solid block all the way through. Yeah, it looks like it's nothing.
So this looks interesting because you can see a little bit of this formation right here.
So this is not exactly what I was expecting, but it is interesting enough that I decided to take a few more slices just to see what it looks like. Last but not least, we have this sweet piece of Jasper that I'm pretty sure comes from Worthington or over in my super secret hiding spot.
Whoa.
I'm not gonna lie, I haven't cut anything like this, and this looks really cool. Rogue wasn't the only one who found a carnelian. I thought I could see the lines from the outside, so I'm glad when I cut it open it turned out pretty nice. Here's that burl. The plan was to try and cut it open and expose the innards while still keeping as much of the textured top intact. Here's some petrified wood. Let's cut it open and see how it looks. This rock is pretty big, and I don't want to overdo it with the saw, so I'm going to take a nick off the side. When I started cutting it, I noticed it wasn't solid all the way through, and there was some areas that weren't all the way formed. They were a lot softer, so I felt confident in taking another slice. I showed this to my youngest daughter, and she said it looks like a tiger's nose, and now I can't unsee it.
I'm still not so sure about this. Let's just cut it open and see how it looks, you know? I mean, I can see right here, got like quartz or some sort of chalcedony right there, you know? It doesn't feel super heavy. I would say it's definitely not solid all the way through. You might get some cool patterns. Who knows? Let's cut it open and find out.
You may have heard of this by its other name, Agate Jade. Sometimes the outer shell is the most important part, because ideally that's what you're going to be looking for, is a piece that hasn't broken up and is high quality. This one turned out good. Almost looks like butterfly wings. Here's a piece of that Bowenite. It's pretty weathered on top, but you'll notice on the side that it's a lot darker, and then on the back it's really dark. So hopefully when I take some slices off of it, it'll be pretty gemmy.
Alright, that's looking pretty nice. Pretty nice.
Let's cut this open. One of the things I've been fighting is this metal impurity. If there's too much, it'll make it dark and not translucent. Those black dots are the metal impurity, and I don't mind a small amount because I think it gives it character. They also don't seem to interfere with the polishing. I really like the color of this one, although it did have another impurity besides the metal.
Really pretty stuff. Alright, I'm going to give it a shape and then we're going to hit it on the flat lap, give it a polish.
Alright, let's cut this open.
I got a piece of chocolate chalcedony from Zoom Creek, and I'm going to start slicing it like this and see if we can get some good slices off of it. It was an outstanding trip. Lots of really cool stuff. Oh yeah, look at this. Wow, look at this. That is awesome. Look at this guy.
Today we're going to be cutting open some of these beautiful specimens found while rockhounding in Oregon. We got a nice variety to work our way through, so let's get started.